Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and we're going to start this, my second video on a Friday off with the official Cool Guy, the Digital Asset Investor channel, because he's really cool on a Friday. He's cool all week, but on a Friday...
What's up, fam? Happy Friday. Splash some water on your face. Hit him with the spin move. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. The FUD is increasing. We're close. Nobody's tricking us.
Now, he just did the XRP spin move, which I don't know if I've ever seen him do. Against that backdrop, I want to make a point that Stefan Huber makes perfectly here. Yesterday, I played you some of Jim Cramer's thing. Now, here's what you have to understand about these people. When I say these people, I mean, when I'm referring to these people, I mean these highbrow attorneys in Washington, D.C., the Bill Hinmans, the Jay Claytons, the CNBC, the Jim Cramers, all the people that are in the club, the Mike Novogratz, all of these people. You see, these people, they view all of us, we're the peasants. These people look through the lens of a means to an end. They justify anything by, they can justify anything in if the money's right at the end of the rainbow. That's how these people, these are the elites. These are the people that look down on you and me, okay? It's important that you understand a couple of concepts about how these people think. Like, for instance, if you take Bill Hinman and Jay Clayton, I would bet you that these guys they just cannot believe all the focus that's been on them for the last year or two with ETHgate. And I'll bet you that they're shocked by it for a specific reason, because they and their friends have been doing this kind of stuff for their entire careers. They can't believe that all of a sudden someone's focusing in on it. What's the big deal? We do this. This is the way it's done. That's the way these people all think. Well, they think when it comes to lying to the peasants to make an investment go one way so that they can buy in on the cheap, that's also how these kind of people think. Jim Cramer tells it to you in his own words right here.
That you don't see.
Right, and nobody else talks about it.
Right, but what's important when you're in that hedge fund mode is to not do anything remotely truthful. Because the truth is so against your view that it's important to create a new truth, to develop a fiction.
You mean create a new reality like Joseph Lubin did with Ethereum? He said we were early enough that we could create our own reality and everybody would go along with it. In other words, it's okay to these people, to these types of people. Lying is okay. It's okay to lie if it gets you where you're trying to go.
And the fiction is...
The lying's called hedge fund mode.
Up to, by almost anybody who's down like 2% to up 6% here. You can't take any chances. You can't have the market up any more than it is if you're up 6. Because starting Jan 2, you'll have all your money come out. So what would you do if you're in that situation and you feel like you're desperate? Is that you would do these actions?
So you're talking about the mechanics of the market.
Well, the mechanics are much more important than the fundamentals.
Oh, okay, well, but in terms of the fundamentals, you've been writing about how you
Who cares about the fundamentals?
When he says mechanics of the market are more important than fundamentals, what he means is floating out rumors and these types of things to make people fearful. And, you know, kind of like, yeah, XRP's a con job. Isn't that what he said yesterday? Now think this through. Here we are. The market has been beat down by things like FTX and by Luna, which from all appearances, some of his same friends were meeting with these people. No telling what kind of nefarious plans they had with Sam Bankman-Fried behind the scenes. They were meeting with them. Meanwhile, Luna's collapsing, and we're hearing that SBF may have been behind it. Well, they're meeting with him. So all these things just happen to be happening, driving the markets down. Then Ripple, the paperwork's done on the lawsuit. The ball is in the judge's court. Most of the attorneys like John Deaton that I hear about say, I think that what's been said before is the judge, I think Jeremy Hogan may have said this, the judge would literally have to have missed her first year of law school to go against Ripple on, I think, the idea of XRP is the XRP itself being a security. Don't quote me, but I think that's kind of what he said. Now, so what you have in the midst of that, and remember, these people hear things. These people hear things. They got contacts. They got sources. So what do? You're in hedge fund mode, right, Jim? You go, oh, XRP, we just lopped that in with Dogcoin. That's a con job, yeah? This is the same XRP they weren't willing to mention for years while they were pumping Ethereum and Bitcoin. And then there's this. This is Tim Draper, who I think is one of the good guys. I don't think Anthony Pompliano is one of the good guys, but I do think Tim Draper is. He's talking about investing and how hard it is. It's easy to invest in something like Bitcoin once it's 60-something thousand because everybody's talking about how great it is. But he said the best investing, and this is what I think too, this is what's important right now, is that like yesterday, the day before, I bought more PolySign on LinkedIn. I think PolySign is one of the best investments that I could possibly buy right now. And yeah, I'm like everybody. Right now, you don't feel like you want to invest right now. Your mind tells you to just freeze and not do anything. But the real money is made when buying into these kinds of things, making sure that we have a cash cushion and buying into these things. This is where the money's made. I saw this same movie back in 2018-19. I invested through it. And when we came out and these guys were doing the same thing. They were trying to scare everybody out of everything. And when we came through it, it was a game changer that I had done that. Watch.
Really do believe that the hardest investments to make are the ones that pay off the best. It's easy to put money in when Bitcoin's at 67,000, yes. And it's hard to put money in when Bitcoin's at 15 or 16,000. Mm-hmm. People call it contrarianism, but I don't think it's exactly contrarianism because we're actually trying to catch a wave that's really important long term.
Mm-hmm. Yes, with XRP. Now, remember yesterday I showed you this, or today, I can't remember which. BlackRock says get ready for a recession unlike any other. What's worked in the past won't work now, okay? Now, remember Jim Rickards when he said that what they want to do is they want to tell you can't get to your money, ICE 9, bank freeze. Well, this is what happens. This happened in Cyprus in 2013. It was the first time they did a trial run of bail-ins. Watch this.
From that financial crisis in the Mediterranean nation of Cyprus.
Now, that's stocks sliding across Asia this morning, and it was a major reason for the Dow's 90-point skid yesterday. ABC's Nick Schifrin is in Cyprus, where worry and anger is rampant.
Cyprus is nearly broke, and the social fabric is beginning to tear. Bank workers worried about their future blocked access to parliament. Lawmakers had to be lifted over the barricades. Outside the banks, the lines are long, customers worried.
You don't have cash now, can't do anything.
The banks haven't opened for 7 days, so Cyprus is becoming a cash society, and yet it's hard to get cash.
No accounts, no cards, no nothing.
So what will they do?
God knows. Suicide.
Increasingly, this is happening. What happened?
There's no money, and I couldn't get any money out, and then my card won't come out.
That's the nightmare that so many are facing.
Do you know what happened when that happened in Cyprus? This happened, Bitcoin bonanza. This is back when Bitcoin was pretty much the only thing there was. Cyprus crisis boosts digital dollars. The Bitcoin price went crazy. I believe this time is the XRP bonanza. Right now, during this thing, I'm making sure I have plenty of cash, but I'm bouncing on anytime that cash, whatever my number is, goes up. Anytime the number goes over what the amount of cash I want to keep, I'm buying XRP. I'm going to be buying XRP. I'm going to be buying XLM. I'm going to be buying private equity like PolySign on Link2, who is one of my sponsors. I'm going to be buying gold. I'll buy it either in my Glen account or physical gold. And I'm telling you, this, Tim Draper just said it. That's how the money's made. I want to show you this before I go. eGrag Crypto, XRP floor of iron. I love some of his terminology, the chart terminology. XRP is still presenting high level of strength. Moreover, the floor of iron is still acting as a name implies. Now, when I hear the word floor and XRP, floor of iron, here's what I think about. Remember folks, digital assets have never had a utility bull run. And I've always thought of XRP, at some point, it's going to be like a bathtub where the water's rising and then the speculation bounces off of that floor, that rising floor. That's how I've always visualized it. Okay, moving along, Sam Bankman-Fried's parents are no longer teaching law at Stanford. And then we have this. I typed this out today because I want to make sure we drive it home. The SEC is responsible for pumping the values of Ethereum and of FTT. The SEC is responsible for tanking the value of XRP. That's the fact, Jack. And I have proof. This is when Gary was confirmed as leader of the financial policy transition team. That's the FTT token. And this is Joseph Lubin on stage after Bill Hinman gave the speech. Listen to what is said.
What does this new ruling and this commentary mean for Ethereum going forward? What do you think is going to happen next, other than the massive price spike that we're seeing happening as we speak?
Right. Exactly. And then I wanted to show you these sick puppies. I think I talked to you about Rand Nooner floating this stupid idea about firing up the FTX exchange again. And Sam Bankman-Fried literally replies to him and says, I continue to think that this would be a productive path for parties to explore. I hope that the teams in place will do so. So sick. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Contrarian investing is the name of the game. When these people, when you see Jim Cramer going in hedge fund mode, especially when you know what you hold, I know 1,000 times more about XRP than Jim Cramer does. So when I see him come out and I see him out of nowhere, when they haven't even been willing to bring it up to specifically naming XRP as a con job, are you freaking kidding me? I can name you 10 con jobs in crypto that CNBC has been promoting for the last 5 years, way before XRP or XLM. But when you see him, that tells me that Stefan Huber's right. He's in hedge fund mode, period. Can't even remember if I did my outro here. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Jim Cramer's in hedge fund mode. I can feel it. Thanks for listening.